Hey guys, what's up? This week we are talking about either coming out on the interwebs or coming out at work. So I'm going to talk about coming out at work because I actually decided to go through that recently, which was super fun. Actually, it wasn't as bad as I anticipated it would be. I've never had to do that before. I was not out at my old work. And I decided that when I moved, I was just going to go for it. How I decided to go about it when I first moved here was I was going to drop hints, and lots of hints, to my new coworkers. I work at Best Buy. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before actually. I work at Best Buy. And if you guys don't know what Best Buy is, if you live out of the country or something, Best Buy is basically like a huge electronics store. And I sell cell phones. And my little department is basically like a giant dudes club. It's me and like all guys. I mean, I get along with them all great, but I just didn't know how they would feel about the fact that I'm gay. So, you know, they're guys, so every time a hot chick walks through the door, they all sit around and are like, oh, look at that girl, you know, start making comments. And they weren't used to having a girl around, so they would start talking about chicks and then look over at me and be like, oh, sorry, we don't want to offend you or anything. At one point we had a girl that needed help in our department, and one of the guys was like, well, we should have you help her because we're not going to be able to help her, we're just going to sit there and stare at her the whole time. And so I said something to the effect of, well, how do you know I wouldn't sit there and stare at her? Just because they assumed that, you know, well, I'm a girl, so, you know, I wouldn't look at her. And so I just thought it was funny. I would drop hints like that all the time, like, well, how do you know I wouldn't? How do you know I wouldn't check out this girl? And they would be like, oh, well, that's cool, you know. So they never acted like it was a big deal. I would joke about it, and they acted fine. So I would just kind of drop these little hints just to see how they would react. And they never acted like it was a big deal. So I just wanted to kind of feel out the situation and see how they were about it. So we had this work party. Something came up about people were like telling secrets, and so there was like this opportunity, this moment where I was like, I can either say it right now or I can just keep it in forever. And I didn't want them to not know, because then we're going through the whole like, so do you have a boyfriend? And then I have to do the whole, no, I don't have a boyfriend. But then that gives off the impression that you're single, and then that gives them free rein to hit on you, and that's not okay either. So I just threw it out there. I was like, guys, I have a girlfriend. And then they all looked at me and they're like, sweet. And that was about it. They asked me some questions. They were kind of like, so do you like girls only, or you go both ways, and that was about the end of it. Like, they're totally cool with it, and I've never experienced that before because I've never been out at work. And you know, some other people at work have figured it out, and I don't come out and really say it to anyone else. I told those guys just because I work pretty closely with them. Other than that, I've had a few managers and things like that figure it out, because my girlfriend has come to visit me at work, and she's pretty gay. She's staring. She just gave me a look. I'm gonna be in trouble now. I tease her all the time and say that she's my gay accessory, because I'm not real gay looking. But I think I had a manager that figured out I was gay because she came in and visited me at work. I think that outed me more than anything. This is the thing about if you want to decide if you want to come out at work or not. It's really, I don't think it's a big deal, because it really has nothing to do with your performance at work. It has nothing to do with if you're a good employee or not. If you want to tell people, that's totally your prerogative. And I felt like when I moved here to this new town, like, I just wanted it to be a fresh start. I wanted to be who I was, and I didn't want to hide this part of me anymore. I figured, why not be myself? And this is part of who I am. So, I don't know, when coming out at work, just kind of gauge the situation. I decided to drop hints and kind of feel it out first for a little while before I just came out and was like, hey guys, guess what? I have a girlfriend, so, you know, if you don't want to do it, don't. Like, there's really no need to. It's work. Like, work and personal life are two separate things. So, I'm done. That's it for this week. I got shit to do today. So, I will see you guys next week. And I'm pretty sure we've got some new subs for you guys next week. At least one that I know of. So, stay tuned for that. We will have, I'm sure we will announce that for you very soon. So, love you guys. And I'll see you next week. Bye!